and welcome to The Topic, where we highlight Houston Community College, our students, our programs, and our reach into the community. I'm Daniel Scholl, one of the financial coaches here with Houston Community College, and we're here every Thursday afternoon when HCC is in session, live at 2 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Follow us on social media as Houston Community College District, and watch us on HCC TV via your local cable provider. If you've gone outside, you know summer's upon us, and that means spending more time outside with family and friends. Whether you're hanging out in the backyard or strolling through a local park, talented landscapers help make those spaces beautiful and healthy. We're joined today by Dr. Mehmet Argin, HCC's Dean of Engineering Center of Excellence, to talk to us about how HCC contributes to landscaping in Houston and the role grants have played into our efforts. Welcome in. How are you?
Thank you, Daniel. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes.
All right, excellent. So I was wondering if you could just give us an overview of HCC's agriculture and landscaping offerings.
Well, HCC used to have a greenhouse and landscaping horticulture program at the old Katy campus. And when we moved from old Katy to new Katy campus, that greenhouse has been demolished, and our college president, Dr. Hodges, would like to relaunch a program in horticulture and agriculture. And about 3 years ago, the program, Northwest College, received support from David Itt's family. David Itt's our current foundation chairman, and it was a seed money for program to start. And with the naming rights of its Warren Bernard, its Agriculture, Horticulture, and Environmental Studies Center. So at the time, we applied for 2 USDA grants, and we were awarded close to a $1.5 million grant. And that was the seed money for us and to relaunch the program in both landscaping and agricultural sciences. So with the support of those 2 grants, we currently have 2 landscape certificates that is designed by Texas Nursery and Landscape Associate. And we also have a co-enrolled program in Sam Houston State University on agricultural sciences.
Wow, that's incredibly exciting. There's a lot going on there.
Yes, that a lot.
And in addition to that, I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about what is the HIS FANH Academy?
Well, that HSI Fan Academy is one of the USDA grants that we were awarded to create an co-enrolled program between Sam Houston State University and Houston Community College. This is just like our engineering academies, but this time it's an agricultural sciences academy. And students spend the first 2 years with us at HCC at the Katy campus and take the courses, and then transition. We don't even use the word transfer, transition to Sam Houston State University at Huntsville to complete the rest of the agricultural sciences program. They choose one of the majors. It could be plant science, animal science, or ag business at one of those agricultural sciences program. Well, this is a close to $1 million grant from USDA, which includes leadership development for students in the academy and paid internship, summer internship for students, and also creating a creating a community of transformation with the faculty and the staff members to integrate urban agriculture into science fields.
Okay, and can you talk a little bit about the role of urban agriculture and its development or grant funding?
Yeah, we are the only urban agriculture program in the Harris County, and we are proud of that. HCC has that program in place. And simply, horticulture, agriculture, they all fall under agriculture. And the urban agriculture is simply the practice of growing and processing and distributing food in or around urban areas. Like, just to give an example, like community gardens, rooftop gardens, backyard gardens, and urban farms are usually considered as the urban agriculture. What we want to achieve through this grant and at the each center is to create programs that emphasize on the urban agriculture. It could be around water, it could be around landscaping, it could be around business management of the horticulture related companies.
Well, that sounds very exciting. And, as Houston continues to grow and pour more concrete, I would just imagine that urban agriculture is going to get more and more important.
Yeah, that's why we created this community of transformation with the staff members and the faculty members from HCC and Sam Houston State University, and they work on a curriculum development that they can integrate urban agriculture into a biology class, into a chemistry class, or into any plant science classes.
Well, that's exciting. A lot of synergy there. I understand
Yes.
there's also another grant, the WFD Houston grant.
Well, that is the first grant that we received from USDA, and the main purpose of WFD Houston grant is to train landscape workers. And the Texas Nursery and Landscape Association is the largest association, supporting the landscape industry in Texas. And we are training landscape workers and high school students for 2 of TNLA certificates. Texas Certified Landscape Associate Certificate and Texas Certified Landscape Professional Certificate. And TNLA is offering these certificate exams, but there is no in-person delivery of the classes. If you want to be certified on TCLA and TCLP, you have to download the materials and study by yourself and take the test. Whereas with the support of the grant, we have the in-person delivery of the classes with some experiential learning. Students come to class, learn from our instructors, and they also do some experiential learning, hands-on activities. I mean, most landscape workers know how to do their job, but they don't know the science of everything going on out there. And so we teach the science of it with the in-person delivery and experiential learning. And so far, we have certified over 50 landscape workers, including 8 high school students.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, that's really putting, that's impacting the economy of Houston and the changing the lives of people. That's incredible.
Yes, definitely.
What plans do we have coming up in the future?
Well, we didn't stop submitting grant applications and proposal to USDA, and last year we submitted 2 grants. One of them is to design an agribusiness management certificate. Most companies run their businesses without knowing the sufficient information about the business management. So this certificate is going to be designed around the business management in agriculture areas. And the other grant application was about multidisciplinary collaborative project to enhance the profitability of farmers markets. We talk about the urban agriculture, like people do farming. It could be urban farming, garden farming, and we want to help them to increase their profits. This is the 2 projects that we submitted. With or without the grant funding, we would like to pursue our goal. We also have a state-of-the-art greenhouse at the Katy campus. We had our ribbon cutting ceremony about 2 months ago. Again, thanks to a generous donation of its family. And we have already partnered with Harris County Master Gardener and AgriLife Extension to grow vegetables and support plant sales. And we are in the process of creating the horticulture club. But most importantly, our future goal is we are in the process of identifying the market needs and designing new certificates. And simultaneously, we continue offering our TCLA and TCLP classes and increasing enrollment at the Agricultural Sciences Academy.
Well, that's all incredibly exciting. And we're going to have information posted after the show on how people can get more information. Dr. Argin, I want to thank you for coming in and sharing such exciting things that are going on here at HCC. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to meet a landscape entrepreneur who grew his business alongside with HCC.
I'm learning healthcare management while providing patient care.
I came back to grow my skills, even after I graduated.
And if I can't make it in person, I take my classes online.
Every weekday on Up to the Minute, we keep you up to date on HCC's people, programs, and events, whether it's on your campus or around our city. We're reaching across the district to offer a variety of guest hosts and programming that keeps HCC's heart beating, such as Mental Health Monday, Tasty Tuesday, Film Friday. Join us live every weekday on Facebook and YouTube, and also HCC TV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m.
Welcome back to the topic. Today, we're looking at the landscaping offerings here at HCC and the grants that contribute to its growth. Today, we're going to be joined by Archie Galang, owner of Archie's Garden Beds. Welcome, Archie. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Daniel, for having me.
Oh, we're thrilled that you're here. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about how you got into this business.
Yeah, so my business started at in the peak of the pandemic of 2019. I just started landscaping my yard just because I had nothing to do. And then as soon as my family members, they started seeing me do that, they asked if I can do that. And then my friends got me doing it. And then that's when I realized that the landscaping industry was a profitable industry. And so that's how I got into it.
Well, I mean, that's really a great story, right? Making lemons out of lemonade.
Exactly.
Not much going on, so I'm going to start doing my own thing.
Exactly.
How did the landscaping grant and the classes that you took here at HCC, how do they have an impact on your business?
Yeah, so I was part of that TNLA grant that Dr. Mehmet was discussing about earlier. I have the TCLA, the Texas Certified Landscape Associate, and I also have the Texas Certified Landscape Professional certification with the organization. I can say, just like reiterate what Dr. Mehmet was saying, that it really put the science behind it, and it helped me develop an even more in-depth understanding of landscaping and the landscaping industry. And I was also able to use that knowledge to trickle down to my boots on the ground team, and we all have a better understanding of providing professional work to our clients.
Well, I think adding that business component in would be important, right? I mean, someone might be a good landscaper. That doesn't necessarily mean they're good at the books and running the business. So it sounds like you get help with both of those things.
Well, for the TCLA and the TCLP, it mostly helped me with the landscaping knowledge. But I also did do some courses with the SCORE, the Small Business Association, that also offered business classes, and I was taking both of them simultaneously, so I was able to bridge the two.
Yeah, Scores. That's a neat nonprofit that we have here in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So after your business has started, has HCC been a continuing resource for you?
Yeah, every time that I hear anything about HCC offering courses related to the agricultural field, the horticultural field, and even within the business field, I usually jump on it and I sign myself up for the courses.
That's exciting. What's your favorite course you've taken so far?
The TCLA to TCLP, I would say, yeah, it was a pretty strenuous class, but I mean, the reward and finishing it and then having that certification behind my back has definitely been rewarding for me.
Speaking of, being rewarding, how do you see your business impacting our society here in Houston?
Yeah, so my landscaping company is a bit in a niche industry. I focus more on restoration and stewardship. I do a lot of land restoration with native plants, with native fauna, installing sustainable landscaping methods such as using rain gardens and whatnot. I think it would benefit greatly for Houston and Houstonians in general because of the problems that we're having with extreme droughts and extreme rainfall. I'm able to use those concepts and kind of utilize our downfalls and making it something into positive and restoring what we have before development started.
Are you finding a lot of people are interested in that kind of landscaping?
Yes, definitely. It has been a growing industry. I started this in 2019, just in the conventional side of the landscaping industry, but then I slowly started taking more courses into the sustainable side. And then I do see more and more people every year. It's just gaining a lot of momentum.
What are people resistant to it at all? Or are they pretty open-minded?
Well, I wouldn't say they're resistant to it, but it's just a lot of learning for my clients to understand. Because when we're working with native plants in a naturalistic landscape, it's a whole different ballgame. It's not something that most clients in Houston are used to, even the way that it looks. It's a different form of beauty, landscape beauty. So I'm having to redefine what we've been doing for the past 30 years here in Houston, and then introducing some new concepts to them. So it's just trying to, bridge that gap, manage expectations and whatnot.
Well, I mean, that's It sounds very cutting edge. It sounds like you're really trying to reimagine what the landscapes here can look like in Houston.
Exactly, exactly. As I said earlier, the conventional formal method has been something we've been doing for a long time, but what we're starting to realize now is that it's becoming resource heavy. A lot of Houstonians are spending a lot of money on irrigation, just to keep plants alive that really aren't that suitable for this climate in the first place. And so adapting those methods, adapting the natural and native plants here, my clients have been showing that they've been reducing some of their maintenance expenses.
Oh, that's great. I mean, you can really show like a good return on investment for that. What are your future plans? What do you see coming down the road?
Yeah, so right now I am working to restore the Houston area, but ultimately my goal is to tackle the Gulf Coast and then hopefully Texas, and then hopefully become a nationwide restoration company.
That's incredibly exciting. I like the plans. Right, it almost sounds like something out of a movie. We're going to start, here in Houston, but soon we will take over the world. Are you going to continue using HCC as a partner in your worldwide domination?
Yeah, of course, of course. Anytime if you guys offer any courses, and I know this is becoming a hot topic. I've been to several, like I said earlier, and as long as you guys provide the resources, I'm definitely going to keep using HEC.
That's great. What would you, if somebody's thinking about joining the HCC program, what advice would you give them?
Oh man, take advantage of it for sure. A lot of these courses, I don't have the time to go back to school and get another bachelor's or master's program. So they was able to speed track that for me it was a 5-week course, I believe. And just everything that I've gained as far as knowledge has been so fruitful. And then not only that, the network that I was able to develop within my classmates, my peers, and even the professors that were teaching the courses, they have really helped me out in the long run, even after the course was taught.
And I imagine it's kind of hard to place a value on that networking component by itself.
Exactly.
What would you say if I ask you? I mean, is this something for people just getting in the industry, or people that have been in the industry for a while, or both?
I would say both. Right now, I am hiring a bunch of new people in my company as my company is beginning to grow, and I'm continuing to look into the ATC programs and what they have to offer. And I am sending all of my employees that way. And then also some of the people that's been with me for a while, I've been pushing them to sign up for some of the courses as well. So I would say it's both new and people who've been there. There's so much you can learn from it.
Well, HCC is definitely proud to be a partner with you, and we're excited to all the work that you're doing and all your future plans. Thank you for coming in today. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're going to actually hear from the perspective of one of our current students.
Thank you.
I'm not just studying AI, I'm designing solutions to make the world a better place for us all.
I didn't just study buildings, I connected them with tech to make them smarter.
And if I can't make it in person, I take my classes online.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
And welcome back to the topic. We're looking at landscaping offerings here at HCC and the grants that contribute to its growth. And right now we're joined by Matthew Barahona, a student in the Agricultural Science Academy. Matthew, welcome in.
Hello, Matthew. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Oh, well, we're excited that you're here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm doing all right, thank you. So I was wondering, how did you come to choose HCC and study landscaping?
To be honest, I took a bit of a more non-traditional path. I originally came to HCC with a different major in mind, but I found myself kind of lacking interest in it due to just personal reasons, and I couldn't really find myself keeping up with it. So honestly, I was taking a biology course, and the professor I had mentioned something about the program, and something kind of snapped at me, and I decided to jump on that train. I worked at a nursery, like a local Texas nursery, and I was working there at the time when she had mentioned it. So I kind of just jumped the gun and decided to follow my gut. Something told me I should really take these courses.
Well, it's funny. You mentioned you took the non-traditional path. I think, students coming in, part of the college experience is to kind of explore, right? And see what excites you.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, definitely. It was a little scary at first, but I couldn't be happier that I'm here today.
Well, that's wonderful. Now, I understand that this is not just a book learning class, that you're getting hands-on experience as well. How does that work within your program?
It works great. Thankfully, HCC is able to support the students with, like you said, hands-on learning experiences. The Katy campus does have a new greenhouse, like we discussed earlier, and we're able to work in it, and we're able to use very technology heavy stuff. We have controlled temperature in there, controlled irrigation methods like water sprinklers. And I just think it's really beneficial to have that kind of hands-on experience, because I feel like a part of the reason why I was finding myself not motivated for my previous major was I didn't have a chance to really get in contact with my field. I wasn't really having a lot of support with it. But here at the agriculture science program, I'm finding myself much more involved, and it's very encouraging. And it's every time I'm out there working with the dirt, it's really reassuring. It lets me know I'm here for a reason, and I enjoy what I'm doing here.
You can't ask for more than that, right? If you're enjoying what you're doing, what do they say? Work becomes a hobby, right?
Yeah.
So has this changed the way you kind of view the agricultural landscaping business?
I would say it definitely has. Originally, I was going for more of the science, but I find myself a little more drawn to the business perspective of agriculture. And I think the program has definitely pushed on me. They allow for a lot of freedom within the program. I'm able to with the courses, I'm able to see different areas, but like I said, I've found myself more drawn to the business program. It's definitely changed my view. Like I said, these different courses kind of allow me to see the world in a new way. Kind of everywhere I go, really, I'm thinking about something ag related, and I think that's been promoted a lot with this program.
Did you grow up around agriculture, or are you more of a city kid?
The city kid. I have no history in agriculture whatsoever. It started out as a hobby. I just had a few plants at home, and then I went to work at a plant nursery because I thought flowers look nice. And again, the interest just kept spiraling. Hobbies kept picking up, getting more into the science, and here I am today.
That's pretty cool. So, and we understand you get to work in the greenhouse, you get some hands-on experience. Do you also get opportunity to work with other professionals and network?
Yes, absolutely. I think this program does an incredible job with giving students the opportunity to meet other people in the fields. I'm a part of the program that partners with Sam Houston, so I have talked to I was able to meet with all the professors in the agriculture department there. I've spoken with all of them. They're all a wonderful team, super supportive. And along with that, I've also attended a few conference meetings with a group called Manners. They're the minors in agriculture and other natural related resources and sciences. I've attended some conferences where I've met recruiters from all around the US, some even in South America. And it's just I've only been a part of the program for a year, but it's been a wonderful year. I've met so many people, I've made tons of connections, and honestly, I really can't stress enough how happy I am to be in this program. The opportunities are limitless, really. I feel like I can go anywhere sometimes.
Well, that's awesome. Well, let's talk about those opportunities. You mentioned that you've already spoken with recruiters. What opportunities, are there other opportunities or internships or things that people can pursue when they're in this program?
Yes, definitely. I think there's a lot of areas. For the conferences, I was mostly speaking to a company called Ryanair. They work for sustainable um, forestry practices like tree farms and stuff. I was discussing with the recruiter about working in, I really like greenhouses, so more of like a greenhouse setting towards genetic modification to grow better tree species that are more like drought tolerant and heat resistant. I also spoke with an entomologist, which is very interesting because this kind of ties into having a new perspective with agriculture. Talking to an entomologist made me really think about the implications because it's not just plants, it's plants and animals. So I discussed with her about something in South America where they work with mosquitoes to find different ways to control or manage that. And I believe I'm also talking with AgriLife Extension, which is a Texas A&M program for getting more high school students involved in agriculture.
Those sound like amazing opportunities. I bet most people have no idea that a program like this can be that expansive.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking about doing going forward? Like, we heard earlier you get to transition. How are you being set up to go into a 4-year program?
I'm being set up, like I said, I didn't really take the most traditional route. Usually you would do 2 years at HCC in this program. I, however, joined after my first year, but regardless of that, the people working there, they really they work with you incredibly well. The transition was very smooth. I've been slowly enrolling in Sam Houston courses while also taking some here at HCC. And I couldn't be happier with the support they give you. They respond to emails quickly. They're always on top of it, and they just want what's best for their students, really. So they're working very hard to get you into where you need to be.
Well, that's incredibly exciting. Thank you for coming in and sharing your experiences with us. And I want to thank everyone else who tuned in today to joining us here on the topic. If you enjoy the show, follow us on Facebook and YouTube as Houston Community College District. To listen to the topic and more HCC programming, visit hccs.edu/podcasts. For everyone here at HCC TV, my name is Daniel Scholl. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.